Good evening, and welcome back, everyone, to our third session of Starblade Battalion Memories. I am your wonderful, fabulous host, Prax, here to guide these fine folks on their journey through space, drama, politics, giant robot battles. But as we always do, let me go around and let my fine, wonderful friends introduce themselves, say who they'll be playing, and, just the general vibe that their character had at the end of last session. Just, general vibe of what they were feeling right at the end. So we're going to start to my right on the overlay tonight with the fabulous Lindy. Hi, Lindy. It is. Wait, guys. They're saying that you're... What happened?
This happened last time too. I'll just keep talking.
Okay, there. Now we fixed it. So here's here's what it is. Slobs keeps resetting you all's sound volume.
Weird.
It just does that. I don't know
why. I don't use slobs. But
thank you, Cosmo Wolf, for helping.
I'm Lindy, and I'm playing Princess, call sign Princess, more famously known as Aurelia Ludus Sterling. Second part of the hyphenated last name is a bit up in the air at the moment, but I'm sure it'll all be fine. General mood that she had at the end of the last... Oh, also, she's the only one without a mech, because that's... What? No, there's people for that. She's not one of those people. And general mood, getting laid, because she had the SADS.
I mean, we've all been there, right? We've all been there. You need to get over the SADS. It's an effective mood. It's an effective mood. And then directly underneath Lindy on my wonderful fabulous overlay is the wonderful fabulous Pope. Hi, Pope. How are you doing tonight?
Doing well. Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope Robo on Twitter, Pope Robo on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. I get to play Adam Watcher Wingfield. Both of us use he/him pronouns. And there's dread. There's just general dread. Generalized, omnipresent dread. So we'll see if all of that dread and paranoia amounts to anything.
I feel like I should point out that we have an emote for that. I feel like I should point out that there's an emote for that.
There is concern.
There's a concern for people, I guess. Perhaps. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. And then next up, my wonderful, fabulous friend PB. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hi, I'm PB. You can find me at PB Plays Inside everywhere. Today I am playing Calix Leo Mitsley, and we both use she/they pronouns. And at the end of last session, upset might be the best word to describe how Leo was feeling. A lot of things, a lot of feelings, but upset is pretty much summarizes it all.
Upset. She hasn't gotten to angry, she's just upset.
Upset, yeah. We'll see where it leads.
We'll see where it leads. Next up to PB, we have Eddie. How you doing, Eddie?
Oh boy. Well, as the sole member of the squad that hasn't checked their emails yet, I'm doing great. I survived. The being stuck in a tin can in space. Thanks Watcher for helping out with the tow there. Been on the support of the squad, there's the potential of some connection happening tonight. I don't know. We'll see.
Connections.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, near-death experience, trying to cope with it, sort of thing.
Someone might say some decompression.
Yeah. Except not the space kind, or maybe.
I don't know. I don't know that anyone would really want to be space decompressed on a, ship this size. I think it'd be a bad thing overall. But next up, wonderful last but never ever least, hey Lynn, how you doing? How you feeling?
Doing good. I'm excited to get into this. Surely there's middle episodes surely just don't have drama in them, considering what we have. Certainly not coming in. But I am playing Vantage Moraine, call sign Lightning. We are both she, her, and she is feeling uneasy, anxiety, just because stuff might be involving her family, and also some people board the ship, tried to kill people and sabotage everyone's mech. So there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
I just wanted to say that I forgot to say that I'm playing Rowan, Rex Ross.
Yes, you did. It's okay, Rex. We know that you're the important one.
Everyone knows me at this point. No, it's fine.
It's all good. But yes, there was some interesting drama last week. There was the attempt to survive being stuck in space with a dead engine, sabotage, then a couple large batch of communications were received from various people, which apparently led to some very interesting responses. Perhaps a desire from some for, a decompression, a stiff drink, getting laid, depending on who you were. Aurelia received divorce papers from her husband's lawyer through her husband's personal email. Watcher received a video communication from one of his exes that she's engaged to one of his other exes. Leo just unfortunately got an email for the first time in over a couple years from her sister saying, sorry you couldn't come to the wedding. Oh wait, by the way, I'm still alive. That was a thing. And then Lightning unfortunately got an email from her older brother who expressed his concern, disapproval of her boyfriend, and her, invited her to his wedding. So there was much drunken revelry being partaken of in Tycho's closet, the hidden speakeasy on the ship. Hidden in quotation marks there. One of the fine establishments that pretty much everybody knows about, but nobody talks about. And when we left off, Watcher had taken a data pad from Aurelia, her official one, by the way, the one where she was being informed that two of her squad that she's supposed to be watching out for and making sure of, and both of them were sending emails off ship to the same person. But that's... And Watcher had picked up this data pad because the bartender was the personage concerned. And when the bartender gets concerned, well... Cosmic Demon Wolf, I am now officially obligated to give you this 30 seconds. Take a letter, Maria. Address it to my wife. Send a copy to my lawyer. Say I'll have a good life. Thank you for putting that in my head, but thank you. If you don't know what that song is, feel free to look it up. But we're going to pick up with Watcher and this data pad that you have purloined, lifted.
For the term rescued.
Appropriated.
Acquired. If this is shortly thereafter,
Yes.
okay. He's back in his room. There is a secure footlocker underneath the bed. He's opened it up. He looks at the data pad.
Mm-hmm.
It's very long and hard for this data pad.
Do you turn it on? Or are
No,
you just
no.
holding it and looking at it?
It's just there's a too pregnant of a moment before he finally shoves it in the locker, locks it, sets it up tight, breathes a heavy sigh, and then finally lays down.
So Watcher ends the night of a very busy day, rather stressful day, by himself, away from everyone else. Still sober. The others, however, well, Aurelia, Lightning, and Leo were well on their way to Blitzed. And I believe there was, really phrase that, Princess had drunk texted
With help.
with help
Yes.
from Leo, had
Uchihara.
drunk texted the ship's cook Yukihara.
And then Rowan invited him down to the bar to hang out with us. Because these are my buddies. These are my best friends right here.
Some would say wingman.
Perhaps such might be said for some people. So Yukihara has definitely appeared and settled himself kind of nearby and is in the level of attempting to gauge, flirting, but also attempting to gauge Princess's sobriety level to make sure that it, he's not gonna go.
Mm-hmm. I did roll a
Consent-
15 on my resist
No,
torture
no.
and drugs.
You did roll a
so-
15, so you're definitely in the buzzed stage, but you're not.
Mhm.
You were still in the you can consent if you choose to level.
Yes.
But consent is important.
It is important. Yes. Very much so.
So, and I then believe that. What are Leo, Lightning, and Rex doing?
Leo is sitting there, muttering to themselves, just nursing their third of the God. What was it? What did you call it? The drink?
It was the forget the day.
Forget. Yep, the third forget the day, because I still haven't quite forgotten the day. We're trying to get there. And I'm just muttering into my drink, kind of just watching where this all plays out with Ari, and just making sure that she gets her end goal here, and B, to make sure that Rowan does not break anything. Really, those are just the 2 goals for tonight.
Wait, I'm gonna break something.
Yeah, that you're gonna break something.
I mean, you're the one that ran around with a knife naked, so it's like, I don't know.
Which one of us has a record of breaking bar stools?
I don't know. I think Rowan's, it's less bar stools and more hearts.
So so Leo is making sure that Rex is only breaking hearts and not bar stools. Lightning, what are you doing?
I don't know if Lightning got the idea of what's going on with Princess, so I think she's just like, what's going on? And I think it's not helping that she's a couple drinks in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Rex has tried to explain it to you, like in not so explicit terms, a couple of times now, and every time it's always gotten a little bit more convoluted and complex. And it's like, well, you see, my friend Argento from school.
School. I know. Yes.
And well, there was this whole event that happened, and like goes into like a tirade of like something else unrelated, and then comes back and says, and that's ultimately why Princess is sad, because they've gotten a little bit into the drinks, and they're like, yeah, I'm not really sure how much Princess wants me to share here, so I'm just gonna tell stories.
I think it's also the part where like Lightning's enough in where she's kind of like having a hard time like paying attention. She's like trying to, but it's just like it's very hard at this moment.
That's what it is. It's the way
Yeah.
I'm explaining it is long form, and you're like, I don't have the attention span for this.
Yeah, but she's trying really hard. She has that like the intense there where you're trying to pay, but you can't. It's
totally.
Yeah. At the same time, while still kind of polishing her drink.
Yeah. And as for what Rex is doing, the last we left Rex, he was sitting next to Mawar, aka who Rex calls Rosie. And I think like as we're having that conversation, Rex every now and then kind of does like a gesture that nudges Rosie, but in a nice way, not like a obtrusive way, more of like a how would you do that? Well, yeah, and then occasionally look back at her, and then as they're going down to take a sip, they glance over and I guess it's more like a mutter of, and where were you during all of this?
Shooting and killing people. Where were you? Oh, that's right. Stuck in a tin can and had to get a tow.
Yes, but it would seem, based upon what I've heard, my destruction of those drones is what really stopped all of the robotics.
Aw, you killed a couple drones. I got to kill 6 people. Which do you think is more difficult?
Depends on the drone and the person.
Are we really gonna play who's the better killer right now?
No. And Rowan raises their glass and just surviving another day.
It's another day. And she'll clink her glass with you and then kind of linger just a little too long in the clink, right?
Mm-hmm.
As she pulls back and then just that
I think there's
long swallow as she maintains eye contact at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's reciprocated. Like Rex has a similar thing. It's kind of like that stare off, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you have with someone.
Yes.
Lightning, I think, is just staring. Like, I think any sense of like trying to be subtle has just like gone out the window. Like, this is entertaining. Like, this could be like she knows those two, their interactions. If this could
something could go
either
down
start
right now.
or they could start fighting any moment.
Yeah, like the tension is palpable.
Mm-hmm.
I think anyone that is near them
Mm-hmm.
Immediately kind of have this it's like oh like glance over kind of feeling.
Which way is this going?
Yeah,
Is this gonna be
I don't have anything funny to say. Good.
I think she picks up the shot glass that she still had. Like she kind of like maintaining eye contact. And then she glances, it's like that now it's like feeling the vibe in the room of everyone being like, so what's gonna happen? What are they gonna do? Where is this gonna go? She turns, makes direct eye contact with you, downs it, flips it, turns it over, leans forward and says, so does your pretty little nurse share?
Rex leans in, downs his, leans in, and whispers into her ear, "You seem to be open."
Well, I have a very early morning. And she like kind of stands up, and then does the full body stretch to crack her back as she does so. And she's wearing her her pants and, like her flight pants and this crop top. And just as she does, it's that full body stretch that pulls the crop top up just enough, but not too much. She knows exactly where that shirt ends and exactly how to control every moment of this.
Yeah, Rex has like the most subtlest of reactions, trying to hide, just like wow. But responds and says, "Yes, and if I don't get on those repairs, Chief is gonna have my ass."
Well, I know some people who'd have more fun with it. And then she just turns and saunters out the door. Saunters. Like, if she wasn't wearing flight pants and combat boots, this woman would be in 4-inch heels and like a full, like, Marilyn Monroe 7-year itch swishy skirt.
Yeah. I think Rowan, as she leaves, I think there's like a flips over his glass and walks out.
Aurelia, what are you doing?
Yukihara?
In the bar?
No, we're probably heading out of the bar. We're probably going to her quarters.
Cool. So Princess is taking Yukihara home. Rex is following Mawar. Lightning and Leo, what are you doing?
As soon as I see Rowan walk out and Ari saunter out as best as she can at the moment, I down the last Forget the Day, and I I give a sloppy salute to Lightning, and I walk out heading towards the bay, where the mechs are, and I just really I just like sway my way there, just like singing under my breath depressing songs as I head to Cobalt, and I will just lay next to my mech. I'll lay down. Yeah, I'll just lay down next to my mech, and I'll just lay there staring at the metal ceiling for a while, metal roof. No ceiling. And just thinking about the revelations of today. As, the booze kind of like tempers my ego and anger at the fact that I'm the more famous twin. And I dig in my pocket and I pull out the necklace that Alex
the pocket
sent.
of this very flouncy bathrobe you're wearing.
Yeah.
Dressing gown. It's a dressing gown.
Yeah, it might be see-through, but it's still there,
Pockets are important.
Exactly. It's the 21st century. We know to put pockets in things now. I take out this necklace and I just I'm laying there and I just hang it over me, looking at it as like just the random glare of whatever little lights are on in the background. And I just sit there and I think about where the hell my sister has been all these years. How I have no one in our old friend group even thought to tell me, inform me even, that my own twin was getting married or was back and getting married to that a prick from school. And what this all means, and like just in the back of my head thinking that I should probably call up our lawyer and my guy and see what this means for what was my fortune, but now let's see where this lies as my twin is miraculously come back from the dead. But yeah, I'm just gonna lay there for like the rest of the night until I just knock out, staring at this necklace and thinking about everything. Well, just like singing softly.
Lightning, where are you? What are you doing? Everyone else has left the bar, left you there.
Real quick. I wanted to clarify a couple of things. Rex would most definitely give Lightning a look. Just saying like, it's less of like a surprise. What's the look? Like, kind of an excited look. And then and then look at or lean up to Princess and say, "Have fun tonight." I'm sorry. We'll talk more. And as they're walking, to kind of, if it would be possible, could the gravitics or the cockpit be working on the Raptori?
You have everything except your flight engine, basically.
Okay, so like the way I imagine the cockpit being a little bit of an extension of the gravitics. So it has the ability for it to levitate. I feel like Leo, as they're laying there in the hangar, occasionally hear muffled moaning and other things.
Because flight pilots.
Yeah. But there's definitely some like flotation going on in the cockpit.
Turned off the grav system. Lightning, what are you doing?
I think as she is the last one in the she's the last one in the bar of this party, and I think it kind of goes for like the kind of like happy giddy to like a little bit, and then it kind of dawns on her like, you know, what happened in the like last day or so, and kind of put her in the mood. And she's gonna head back to her kind of like get back to her room. It's probably too late to like to get back with Rustling. And I think we've taken enough time out of the day before like people start complaining probably. And she's gonna look through her tablet at pictures of her family, and now that those memories have resurfaced, and she didn't think she'd have to deal with them for a while, and thinking that every step of the way they've been resisting what she wanted to do, first going to the academy, then pursuing piloting rather than officer, which would be the safer option for her, for being, you know, the level which her family came from, and then the final straw, which was basically abandoning all that to come here. And thinking about the manner which she last contacted, which was not great, didn't go well. There's a lot of yelling, a lot of crying. And I think that's what she's going to do until she gets tired enough and has to go to sleep.
So, your down cycle occurs. Some of you have a good night. Some of you have a very good night. Some of you might wake up with a very stiff back from sleeping on a steel flight deck. You know, choices were made. I have a question for you, Leo. It's a very important question. Ooh, you get really lucky. Hey Leo, you have an opportunity to, you hear mere moments. That spatial awareness comes forward, and you open your eyes, and there's a blade coming at your throat. What would you like to do?
I would like to dodge out of the way, please. We'll roll out of the way, I guess.
Sure, you get to do that. I will even tell you what the You need to be at 22.
Hey, chat.
There are 3. There are 2. There are 2 luck points from chat. By the way, remembering, of course, that your personal pool of luck refreshes at every session.
Okay.
And this is your personal dodge, not the mech dodge.
Yeah, dodge and escape. Okay. I'm gonna take one of those luck points and add it onto my luck points. And I hope I roll decent for once in my life. Fuck. 20.
20. Well, here's the important thing. It means it's not a crit. And I read that backwards. Oh. So bathrobe isn't your armor.
No.
So they're just aiming for your torso. So it's 9 damage. And what would you like to do now as this person stabs you with a Bowie knife?
Oh, what a way to wake up. I'm going to say, just like exclaim really loudly, ow, what the fuck? And as I'm rolling away, I grab like where they stabbed as I scramble to get up. And I try to remember A, where I am, B, why my back hurts, and why my neck is a little bit stiff, and C, what I have around me and that I could possibly use to get out of the situation.
Roll me an awareness. The glance around is a minor action, so you can't do things if you that's not going to cause you to lose your action. You just won't be able to do things like aim.
Question: is there a passive like awareness that I could also check since I'm in the hangar? Like
I'm going to ask for an awareness in a second. I'm going to ask for an awareness from you in a second.
Oh, good.
But with a 23, there are a couple there is still the box of tools that you knocked over when you got frustrated trying to repair your mech because you didn't quite put things away at the time. You went through everything. There are things that they have that are there. You could probably find a wrench or something really easy right next to you, nearby.
Oh yeah, what is this thing that is attacking me now that I'm thinking about, hey, I just got stabbed by somebody? Do I see the person or the thing that stabbed me?
It's somebody in a full skin suit with a closed visor.
Oh,
But they aren't the same, they're not the all black setup that the incursion people had. This looks more battered than that. And they look, I mean, you can't really gauge their emotional state because their visor is closed and, blacked out. But, with a 23, I'll say that you could probably guess that they are not necessarily the best. The way they're holding that knife is a little awkward. A little too tight a grip on the handle.
Okay. So, I will, I guess, go for whatever tool is closest to me but farthest away from them, if there's anything there.
Yeah, so you want to move yourself, take a move action to move yourself back, and then grab like a wrench or,
Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like a valve wrench, probably.
Okay. Exactly.
So
And-
they'll have to take an action to move up to you. They'll have to take a move action, which means they have to move their full movement and not just a partial movement to get to you. But you still have. Now, Rex, I need you to make an awareness at a -1 because you are A, you got laid last night, and B, inside your mech.
I would argue that would give me a plus, but because I'm elated. Anyway, no,
No,
it's great.
it like this is y'all, this is y'all fell asleep level.
Yeah. No, I fell asleep happy. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an awareness,
Mhm.
correct? And the
At a -1.
at
The pool
-1.
is currently at 2,
pool is
and your
at 2.
your pool is refreshed as well.
Yes. And I realized that I forgot to open my character sheet so I can look at my stats. All right, still skills, awareness. There it is. Okay. So I believe I'm gonna go ahead and toss 3 points into this of my own,
Mm-hmm.
because a player wants to know what the hell is going on. So that's putting me at a 2. So, oh man,
19 with a 19, you're definitely awakened, and you know something's going on outside, but you'd have to it's enough to wake you up, kind of thing, right?
right.
And you know that there's something weird. It's that level of the sounds are not normal, and that's what woke you up, right?
Yeah, I think instinct when the sounds were not normal was I reach for my sword.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. That makes sense,
And check if Mawar is with me, like where she's at.
She is, and let's see if she wakes up. Let's see.
This music is intense, and I like it.
14. She's gonna wake up because you do.
That makes sense.
So she is technically like a half round behind you.
I think I say, did you hear that?
What?
Something's not right.
And with that, we're gonna pan back down to Leo. It is your turn. Well, no, you backed up and picked up the weapon. It is their turn. They're gonna try and hit you again. They're gonna figure kind of moves forward. They're very light on their feet, almost like a dancer quality. You can definitely gauge that of just the way they're standing, because those combat boots are not making loud sounds on this deck. Oops. I can't type today. And a 15 as they swing the Bowie knife overhead to kind of stab down at you.
What do I?
Dodge escape, or dodge escape is probably your best bet, unless you want to try and technically I guess you could parry with the wrench.
Hey, I'm gonna take my chances with dodging the escape. 17. Her attack fail. Their attack fails. Her, them, they, him, it. As they go for the swing, I really think like my slight drunkenness / hungoverness, like that sort of like place I'm in right now, is working into my advantage, because my movements are real. They're like clean and swift, but sloppy at the same time. And I think that's throwing them off. And as I do that, I'm just like, can't you just let a woman lay and be sad on the ground next to her mech? Stop trying to kill me. As I say, as I swing the wrench at them. Though I don't know what that would be.
That would probably be hold on. I has that. Here we go. That would be probably either it would be blade.
Okay.
Unless you have fencing, but this isn't really like a fencing weapon, so it'd be a penalty to blade for, you know, using this as a melee weapon, basically.
Alright.
Yeah, is there a non-blade melee weapon?
Not really. It's martial arts, guns, or blades, kind of. So
Yeah.
or hand to hand. You know, 15. They're going to try and get out of the way with a 21. You know, I think this is a case of where your robe is a little bit of a hamper in your mobility to swing said giant spanner at them, and they just kind of dodge and weave. They're very ballet-esque in their movements, very light, pulling in and out. Rex.
Yeah, so I think Rex like hastily puts on some shorts or like a bottom, grabs their sword, and like you see and they appear outside of the lip of the mouth of the Raptori. What do they see when they come out?
So this is what it looks like. It's still that level just between shift change. The morning shift hasn't quite come on. It's not the beginning of the day cycle yet. The only people currently on the floor of this flight deck is Leo, dressed still in this very sheer and feathery dressing gown.
I forgot that I was also in a dressing gown.
Yep.
You were. And
So my only no wait, I don't have a bottom. So I'm there.
I mean, you were wearing did you take your boxers off when you
I guess
threw
I
your
had those,
dressing
yeah.
gown on? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I had some sort of like briefs.
It is really easy to just slip on that dressing gown.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I mean, it's some sort of
to you.
futuristic, like, you know, like Speedo type deal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's what Hiro Yue wears in Gundam Wing, and you're like, put some damn pants on, boy.
Oh my god.
Sorry, moving on. But you've looked down, and it's Leo in this very, what color is it?
Gown, yeah.
It's like a bronze.
It's a
Maybe?
bronze, yeah,
I
because
like
they're both
that.
metallics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
I like that.
with feathers, sheer, and it's now being very noticeable that there's blood because she is bleeding.
Mhm.
And a figure in a rather battered skin suit, full helmet on, wielding a large Bowie knife. You can definitely tell that their movements are very fluid, very not fighter-esque, ballet-esque.
Mm.
But the way that they're holding that knife,
It's a little bit awkward. As a trained blades.
yeah, it's that level of
fighter.
it's just too it's just too tight.
Mm.
The grip on the hand, particularly because it's an overhand grip right now, it's just
Right.
too tight, and
It's very easy to knock away.
exactly. But
Yeah, so okay, so Rex, if I could, would do a leaping. Okay, so is the distance to this person enough where I think I can make it if I leap off using the lift wire to assist me in the descent?
I would say you could get there, but you will
That's what I wanna do.
sacrifice an attack to get there in this round.
I wanted to do a dropping attack if I could.
Ooh, leap. You know, so basically you're doing a leap to fall on them is what you're intending. I will say
basically.
I will say yes, you can, but I need you to roll what is it called?
I mean, I have athletics. There's
Here's the question: are you just? Would you say that you're doing this based purely on your athletics, or are you actually trained in this?
I mean, this could be like with the lift wire, for instance, like having an assist descent. I would say that I'm trained in this because this is some spy level shit where it's like.
Okay, then so is this martial arts or athletics?
Martial arts would work too.
I would say then that this is martial arts. If you're doing, you know, if this is the level of
makes sense.
You know,
that's actually even better than my athletics, so that works for me.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait. So is it when I click on the button? Is it just rolling 1d10 and then adding my modifiers basically?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna add in because this is crazy. Do I know the difficulty level that I need to hit or?
No, because this is the way this system works. This is an attack that you're making.
Right.
So you're gonna get the, and this is where one of the great things about the interlock system is that it's a situational game and it's an environmental game. And so as me as a GM saying, they don't know that anyone else is there yet, so you're gonna get a +2. Because this isn't into full ambush, so you don't get the full +3 that would come from an ambush, but you're getting a +2 because you're basically dropping on them from the sky. But they still get an attempt to dodge.
Got it. So is the okay? So do I add a +2 for my modifier, or do I just?
That's your plus. So when you click it, it'll pop up in you know, like a pop-up box. In the pop-up, you're gonna put plus. You're just gonna put 2. Don't put the plus because it confuses it.
Yeah. I'll add another 2 for my luck pool.
Okay. So 4.
And if you all are cool with it, and chat, the more luck pool or more luck you give us, the more cool stuff we get to do. So do what you got to do. Do you all mind if I take at least one of those 2?
Go for it.
Okay, cool.
Go for
So
it.
it's giving me a modifier of 5.
Mm-hmm. And you crit fail.
20, why do you keep doing this to me?
Yeah, particularly this. So now you need to roll another d10 and subtract it from this.
Oh no.
See, this is the great thing about this game is it doesn't have the same.
Okay,
So,
it's a 14.
so it's a 14. It's a 14.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I was debating on whether or not I should roll it with my actual dice, and then I was like, oh, I'll give D20 or roll 20 another shot. And I'm like, okay, this is the universe telling me that I just need to not use roll 20.
You just need to roll your actual dice. So with a 17, what they actually, as you come down, it's just that brief moment of you're perfectly controlled, but they're just fast enough to shift out of the way.
Yeah. I think what happens is like the sheath from the monoblade comes off as I'm coming down. The lift wire assisting me as I fall, coming down just the right angle. But the buzz of the lift wire gives me away, and they look up just in time and roll.
Yep, they're just kind of.
And so it's like the blade comes down as I fall, the last final feet, and like hits into the to the floor, or just misses the floor. So like I don't. It's kind of one of those perfect moments where it stops like an inch above.
Yes, because you would know where the floor is.
Yes. I've got control. But that sucks. Okay, and then I'm gonna be like, Leo, are you okay?
Leo, it's your turn.
I have one like hand on my abdomen, trying to put pressure on the bleeding, and one hand with a wrench, and I turn and look at Ronan. I'm just like, does it look like I'm okay? And We'll try to. Go
Rex
ahead.
Rex calls out on like ship comms.
Where are your comms in your birthday suit?
Oh, we don't have them like implanted and stuff.
Unless you have a cybernetic that you've called for.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Fair point. Okay, then Rex will just shout out, "Attacker on deck!"
Oh, good call. Good call. And so, if I were to throw the wrench, would that still be blade, or would that go to something else?
Probably be hand to hand.
Okay, then I'm just gonna try to smack this guy again, or this person again. So I can make a move and an attack, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to shift around so Rowan has just a better area to attack where I won't be in the way. Because I've seen Rowan swing that thing and I just don't want to be anywhere really near it.
You know I have control.
I'm gonna still back away a little bit. And then I'm just gonna try and smack this person again with this wrench.
Cool. Go ahead and swing the wrench.
19.
Ooh, very nice. You're gonna hit this time.
Yes. Probably not for a lot. How? What would that be?
With the wrench, it's gonna be. Hold on. This is a modified weapon. What's your body score?
My body score? Let me see. Body type?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Okay, so it's gonna be 3d6 straight.
Okay. 10.
Cool.
Nice.
You swing away, and you can definitely just hear it impact on something. You know,
Yeah.
you've worn skin suits like this before. You're pretty sure it's some sort of armor.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
you did. You're almost 90% sure you did some damage, but not
full
anywhere
damage.
near as much as you.
That's cool. And I'm like, and I'll yell out, it'd be real nice if your lady friend would come out here and help too. After I hit.
So, this is what's going to happen. And the moment you say that, Mawar, who's still in Rex's cockpit, just leans over and pushes the comm button inside the cockpit, and you hear throughout the flight deck and, just the loud, because you haven't fixed the Raptor Eye yet, so she's just using the external loudspeaker, but the loudspeaker on a mech is loud.
I believe I got the speaker set too, so
Yeah, you did. So, she just pushes that and says, attacker on flight deck 3, assistance needed, security, get your goddamn fucking ass down here. But the individual who is engaged right now with Leo and Rex, they don't like this change of odds. This is not what the plan was. And there was a plan. So what they're going to do is attempt to use the blasters, or not the blasters, the rocket pack on the skin suit, because they're still in the skin suit, to jettison themselves away from the two of you And I need you both to make a dodge roll, unless, of course, you want to stand in the backflow.
Curiously,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to prevent them from taking this action with like a reaction of some kind?
You can't prevent them from taking the action, but you can still make an attack as part of their action, as part of your action, as part of your response.
Okay, so if I make an attack, can I make an aimed attack to like disable this?
You can make an aimed attack at anything. It just gives you a negative modifier. You can always take an aimed attack.
Oh my gosh,
'Cause it's called
I haven't been rolling with the mono weapons bonuses
What
because
bonuses
I don't know the bonuses off the top of my head. Anyone?
It
Okay,
should
so anyway,
it should be bonuses to damage, I believe.
No, certain weapons have a bonus to attack, and the mono
Yeah.
sword is 2.
Oh, the monosword is 2 as a bonus as an. Thank you. Pope.
I still think they would have.
They would have been fine.
Yeah, they still would have been fine, but
No, mono sword is 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's plus 1, I was
The quarterstaff is 2.
Yeah, quarter stops too.
Right.
So
So I'll
you
go ahead and
can-
do the aim shot.
so you're gonna do a cold shot. What are you attacking?
Specifically, like if there's, so I have a skin suit myself. So
you're.
is there like a location that
I would
can
say it would
attack
be.
to
I would
disable
say
the-
it would be either you would have to be attacking the jetpack itself.
Mhm. I wanted to, like, if I could, shear it off of them.
Okay, so we're
Like,
gonna
like
play
the jetpack,
this-
right, is like an extension of the skin suit.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna play this then like. This isn't just a called shot to the torso. This is a called shot to the actual
The object.
So we're gonna play
It's
this like it's
if
called
there's a
shot to the head.
disable- It's like a disable.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
you're attempting to disable, but not with like an EMP.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is my?
And I'm willing to get a bonus. Or sorry, I'm willing to sacrifice my like not doing a dodge roll to get a bonus on this attack.
Yeah, so it's a -5.
-5.
Yeah, it's a -5.
So that would be a 4 with the mono blade, and then.
Yep.
Would you grant me a bonus for not doing the dodge, and just going for it? So like high
No,
risk, high
because
reward.
that just means that if you don't dodge, that means that you don't get out of the way of the movement, and I just get to roll a shit ton of damage at you.
It'd be really bad for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is kind of Rex's thing, so he's gonna go for it, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my luck pool, I guess.
Cool.
To
Don't
negate.
forget your -4.
Yeah. So I'm negating.
So you're
I'll
spending
have-
4 luck to negate the -4.
Yes.
So you're just rolling flat,
Yes.
no bonuses. 1d10 plus your fencing plus your reflexes. Yes, Watcher.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the swords bonus was counted towards the attack.
Yeah,
of
because
that.
the actual penalty is a -5. So then the swords bonus brought it down to a -4, and then he's adding 4 luck to.
Yep. So I rolled a 6, so that's going to be a 17.
Mm-hmm. Tie goes to the defender. You do not hit, which means this movement and action is going to occur. You are going to get hit in the backwash of this.
Bring it. Is there? I mean, there's no way for me to counteract that at all.
No, you took the action to make the attack instead of dodging out of the way.
Right. Okay.
So that's 22 damage to you. Are you still up?
Oof.
I don't know where my hit points are.
You should have, on your character sheet, it should say head, torso, right arm, left left leg, the SP,
None of it's
and the
filled
total
out.
of hits. None of that's filled out?
Yep.
Okay.
What's
Sorry.
your body?
What's your body?
My body is 9.
Cool. So your body is 9, which means you have 7 hits to your head, 14 hits to your torso, and 10 hits to your arms.
So 10 each for the arms.
So, yeah. But this is backwash. So I would say this is not necessarily going to hit your head because of just height differential and they're trying to fly out of the way. But you're
Sure.
taking 22 to both your limbs and to all of your limbs and your torso. You're probably you're into death saves at this point.
Oh.
I need you to make a stun save. You will need to roll a d10 and then you need to roll what your stun is or less. So what is your stun?
I don't know
is
my
not
stun.
listed. That's okay. No, it should be on your right underneath Anime Leap, on your main character page.
Oh,
under your stats.
why? I mean, it says 0, so I have no idea.
Oh, of course it didn't fill it out. Your stun is a 7.
Okay.
Just so you know, you need to roll a d10 and roll under 7. 7 or under.
I rolled a 2.
So you are not unconscious. You're just in
Yeah.
a shit ton of pain and currently dying. In this game and in this system, it's not like death saves in D&D. You need to roll under your stun stat, your stun stat in this game each round. And you can continue to take an action each round after you make the save. However, each round that you roll, it lowers the value of the save by 1. So your first death save is your value is 7. The second one is 6. The next one is 5, and so on.
Okay.
The first time you fail, you die.
Got it.
But you are still, until you fail that save, you are not, like in D&D, unconscious. You can still take an action, and your save comes at the end of your turn.
Okay. Yeah, so narratively, like, what you all see is
This guy buggering the fuck out and a giant backwash of flame coming at you.
yeah, so like I'm imagining it where Rex like exclaims, "I'm trying to flee," and like leaps for the jetpack and like clips it, but just they're just barely able to get it off. Like that's kind of the defender's edge that they got, right? Where it's like it's been like slightly damaged, and then you just see as Rex realizes that it hasn't been fully disconnected and the engines flare, them just getting blasted back, and I think they're actually flung back from the sheer force of it. That's where most of the damage is. It's just the force. And they get up like groggily, just like the blade just resting beside them.
You're definitely burned, and this person is moving, and they are moving directly outside the shield into space. Mawar is again calling on shipwide. The loudspeaker. It's like medic to flight deck 3, emergency medic to flight deck 3. We're gonna pan, however, inside the ship. Because as Marwar is now engaged the loudspeaker on a mech, the klaxons are going off in everybody's quarters. Yukihara has gotten up and is running. It is like, does that full turn, run to the door, throwing his shirt on as he does.
Fancy robe back on.
Later, princess. Great time. And then is down the hall and gone.
I think she's far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But she definitely puts the robe on first.
She puts the robe on first. Lightning.
You know, she's not gonna pull a Calyx from last night.
Lightning, what are you doing?
It's the ship's klaxon. Yeah, she's trained just to get up and get I mean, she probably has her regulation like underwear, but it's time to just run. Get to wherever she needs to go. Just get out of there. Yeah.
Shorts and a tank, like
Shorts, yeah,
boy
and
shorts
then
and a tank top,
and then sidearm. I think just in case.
Sidearm is important.
Mm-hmm.
Watcher.
Eyes go wide, rolls shoulder, off bed, lands right by the foot locker. Unlocks foot locker. Grabs the I'm not leaving this anywhere I can't find it. So grabs the acquired
Datapad?
datapad and then grabs service pistol and combat knife. Throws on a Hawaiian shirt that was left on the coffee table and just grabs the go belt to have these weapons at hand and slides in the data pad and is rushing out. So he'll probably be the last one on scene.
Leo, what are you doing?
As soon as as soon as this person starts leaving, I start scrambling up to Cobalt to open it up, because inside I have a oh god, what is it called? There's the
Medkit?
yeah, well no, because that was expensive. The other one, drug and medicine. So one of the sprays.
The stem.
Yeah, sure. I really just wrote healing spray, and that's really not very descriptive of me.
It's a stem. It's stem spray. It's a stem. It is. Has it here? That's all weapons, handguns.
But I scrambled
Patch kit?
the Cobalt, and I just like start scrambling, knocking things down, because I'm in just a little bit of torso pain. As I just am knocking things around to try and find this stupid first aid kit or box that I have.
Yeah, so it's a patch kit, which is
okay. It might be regeneration spray.
Oh, it's regeneration spray.
It's
yeah.
It's 50 per dose.
Regeneration spray or speed heal.
Oh, okay. It's probably the spray then.
How much were those?
50. Yeah.
50.
Each.
And I grab it, And I slide out of Cobalt again, and I go back to Rex to try and stem some of this death fumes that are on him.
Yeah, I would say it's going to take you a full round to get up into the cockpit, find it, come back down.
I'm okay with that.
Rex.
Hey,
I need you
I'm
to
doing
make
great.
I need you to make that death save. You have to roll under a 6 or under.
That's 5.
Oh, good. You're
Ah,
still
okay.
alive.
Death save.
Oh god.
And I think there's like me crawling to just beneath the lift where the lift wire would normally extend to.
Who's lift wire?
The of Raptorai, and
So you're moving away from the other. Okay.
well, I mean, here's my thinking, because I don't know what Calyx is doing necessarily.
No, I'm just making sure I know that you're moving your full action away from Calyx. That's it.
So to be clear, what I'm doing is calling up to Mawar and saying, in the kit, because I also have a regen spray in my kit.
Cool. This leads to this round. Aurelia and Lightning will arrive at the end of the round. Watcher will arrive at the beginning of the next round.
Following. Yeah.
Following. Calyx. Leo, you found it. You're down. You see that Rex is calling out to Marwar to find his kit. What would you like to do?
I still try to get to him as quickly as I can to spray this on him. Whoever
Like
gets
when
to
you're trying to
first goes
sunscreen a
first.
2-year-old, you're like, get back here.
Exactly. Like, fucking dumbass, why would you
I mean,
run away from me?
I mean,
I'm trying to
like,
save your life here, asshole.
Yeah, context, by the way, Prax, like, I wasn't necessarily trying to get away from anyone.
No, I just needed to know. I needed to know what direction you were going, because these are she was fighting under her mech, and you had come down from your mech to her mech, and now it's just she was on up, and now she came down, and now she's coming to you. But because it took her round to go up, get it, and come back down, it's not going to take her a full round to get to you. If you had gone somewhere else, it would be something else. But she can apply the regen spray, which will give you 2 to each of your torso and each of your limbs. Is where you're currently sitting at. I mean,
except for my head.
Well, your head didn't get hit, but you know, you can still like die really easily in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just from sheer shock, honestly.
Pretty much, yeah. It's great. So the two, you are now, it's healing, but it's definitely like a patch job, right?
Yeah.
You need actual medical intervention if you are going to heal any further.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, pretty soon I'll probably be on the knife of my girlfriend, or under the table on the table of my girlfriend, and you know, it's just par for the course. It's how we originally met.
So at this point, Marwar is going to drop down, and she has found your regen, and so that gives you an additional 2. Or wait, can you be applied twice?
Let's see, regen.
Yeah, except broken bones.
So, curiously, so I've got damage to my torso, my arms, and
your legs.
And my legs.
Mm-hmm.
So because it was 22, it hit all of them?
No, because here's the thing. It was a flash. It was an area effect. So the
Got it.
only because of the way the game works is you have a set number of hits to each of your locations.
Right.
Because it's an area effect, it's like a fireball going off, right?
Right.
It's going to affect all of you at the same value. But because you have different number of hits for your torso than you do for your limbs,
I think I get it.
Yeah. So for example, if I pulled a gun and said I'm going to shoot you in the head, I would take the -5 for the headshot on my shot, but if I hit you, then the damage would go to your head only. It's not going to go to any other portion of your body.
Got it.
Because this is an area effect fireball, it goes to each portion of your body equally. And
Got it. Okay.
The only difference would be if you were wearing armor.
Right.
But
Which unfortunately in this case I was not.
Exactly. And that's why sometimes, like, if you have different armor for your torso versus your limbs, it's going to affect it differently.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm not 4.
Yeah, you're no longer have to make death saves, and Aurelia and Lightning. This is what you come into of Leo, still bleeding in this very fancy bathrobe of yours, Aurelia. Yukihara is also there. He's got a knife that he's pulled, probably a kitchen knife, and is moving, acknowledging the fact that Marwar and Leo are on top of Rex, who looks like...
And he was also
Deadpool?
wearing one of my dressing gowns.
No, you don't look like
Yes.
Deadpool yet, because Deadpool is scarred over.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
still-
no.
That gown's gone. That gown got
That
worse.
one is just
A
right off.
human-sized jerk chicken.
Oh.
Well, to be clear, I wasn't wearing the gown, so the
Yes,
gown
okay.
he's
Oh,
not
that's
wearing
good.
the
Oh,
gown.
the
He was
good.
not wearing the
Okay,
gown.
okay.
He
Yeah,
was...
the
But
gown is
Rosie's
fine.
good with bloodstains, so you know maybe
There's a hole and bloodstains in the one that Leo's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Rex is not wearing anything except his shorts. Well,
Which probably are burned off.
Oh.
Or melted to you, depending on if they're
Oh.
synthetic or natural
Oh.
fibers. I'm sorry, my husband works
It's-
EMS. I hear horror stories all the time.
Yeah.
nope, we don't need to go any further. Thank you very much. Moving
Actually,
on.
this is cyberpunk future, so I mean, it's manageable.
100% cotton, all great. It's super great.
No, it was some
Mhm.
fire retardant underwear. So actually, the junk under is totally fine.
Yeah, it's Logan's atomic bomb-proof pants. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. hmm
Gotta protect the junk, you know.
So this is what you all. So Yukihara acknowledges the image of Mawar and Leo attending to Rex, who looks not 100% crispy critter, but pretty damn
Oh
close.
god.
And then has turned to run off to kind of like seize the afterburn basically, and is trying to make sure, gauge where the attacker is and see if there's any other problems. I see you, Cosmic Demon Wolf. Yes, Logan's run. I see you. And so we'll leave Aurelia and Lightning to whatever they choose to do. We are out of combat as Watcher comes around. And what would you like to do?
I think as soon as Lightning gets there and just sees that, she's kind of just barrel toward Leo and Mar and just like, God, what the hell happened here?
Stride over gracefully, because I don't hear screams or shooting or stabbing, so obviously whoever did this is probably gone.
Yeah, I think you just hear not much coming from Rex. Just the occasional them trying to sit up because they're stubborn like that.
Pushing you down.
Yeah.
Oh, good, he's still alive.
I'm fine. I just need to get to the med bay.
Bullshit, you're not fine. What happened?
But the mid bay is a good idea. Yes.
Asshole decided to stab me in my sleep. Luckily, this one is in his mech overnight.
I was nearby. Yes.
And then the asshole left through there, somewhere out in space now.
They were wearing a skin suit. Didn't get a good look.
I mean, there must be a ship or something nearby, because why else
Is there a
would
smoke
they...
trail leading out?
Mm-hmm.
Just fine. And rushes over to Steel Horse
Yeah.
and begins trying to warm her up.
Yeah, I think once Vantage gets that's like, don't be a stubborn asshole. You do what they say and you rest. Don't try and do anything. And then she's gonna go and get Amethyst warmed up.
So
I'll make sure medbay's on its way.
at that EMTs, I guess, for your medics.
Mhm.
Medics are on the way. You see them bringing the hover stretcher, because of course there's a hover stretcher.
Yeah, of course.
And there,
have to.
you have 3 people begin to descend on you. 2 take one look at Rex and are like lifting him into the stretcher and just totally ignoring anything. And then there's an injection that you feel, Rex. I need you to roll me resist torture and drugs at a -3.
At a -3.
Because you're fucked up.
Got it. Let's see. So for this, I do add the minus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you fall unconscious as the anesthetic takes effect.
I mean, I'm just gonna stop rolling and roll 20. Like this is
Well, 20
the
hates
third
you.
roll one, the third natural one. Yeah, so I actually got a 0 or -2.
Yeah, you can't roll a negative in this. You can only roll
Oh.
the lowest you can roll is 1. But you fall unconscious as the very nice anesthetic takes effect.
And I think there's K as Rex passes out.
You don't hear a response. There's another person who will EMT who will immediately see the blade damage on Leo and shove a patch against your ribs.
Ow. Warren the gout, will ya?
It's just basically a very high level and painkiller. So it's an anesthetic and basically a patch that will prevent give you a +1 to your healing. Well, we'll come to that because you're going to get treated by a doctor, so the fun things will happen. And they just start kind of like ushering you, like there's the thing that looks like I mean, it's the little cart thing that's on every
Oh yeah.
that looks like the thing that they drive for the luggage at the airport kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of pushes you into it, and they turn to Aurelia and it's like, we'll be taking them to the medical.
Yes, good.
And then there's this moment of
I'll this incident down.
Yep. They have taken both Rex and Leo off to medical. And with these 2 being taken off for treatment and Lightning and Watcher powering up their mechs, we're going to take the break for the evening.
Ooh.
And for those of you in chat, we're going to have our giveaway for the day. So if you could, in about 30 seconds when I hit the button, type in !Gundam, GUNDAM, to enter into our giveaway for PDF copy of Mechton Zeta and Mechton Zeta Plus, the 2 rule books from our friends of our dear friends at Artel Saurian, and we'll see you shortly. Bye-bye, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. With two of our crew off to the infirmary, medical, and two more jumping into mechs and flying out. We're going to pick up with Watcher and Lightning as your mechs both boot up and are ready for what you wish to do.
It's a hot launch. Immediately, Queen's the Hitman begins playing inside the cockpit, and at least in Watcher's mind, personal propulsion of that size is not going to be nearly as fast as these two mechs. Because there's these things called G-forces, and I don't think a skin suit has compensators.
Out of curiosity.
So it is like, okay, launch, and then soon as outside, immediately start scanning.
Yeah, get those sensors. Looking for a person, looking for a ship.
For whatever's out there.
Yeah, something that's not us.
Go ahead and give me because you're using awareness +2 for your scanners.
Awareness +2. Okay.
Because you're using the scanners. Oh wait,
Oh my.
So, for some reason, Watcher, your scanners are not working as they should be.
Okay.
It's not that they're, like, you're pretty sure they're not damaged in any way, but they're just not working as well as you know that they should.
I may have skipped a step in flight check before launching.
Yeah. They're just a little...
Oh, come on.
But with a 23, Lightning, you don't see anyone in a skin suit, but you do see a mech. Or just the beginnings of a slightly cloaked object beginning to move away from the ship. And they're like, for mechanical purposes, 10 away from the ship.
Watcher. Over here. There seems to be something. It's like it's
I'll
moving
follow
away.
your lead.
Mech size.
Can you light it up? Sensors are going haywire here.
Oh, I'll get there for a chance to escape. Yeah, she'll start putting up and just burn as fast as she can toward this thing.
Okay, so you're gonna burn to as close as you can.
The Amethyst has a speed of 12, so.
So you're still a little bit, you'll be 2 squares behind because of just, they had already been there, but you'll be, you can close the, no, excuse me, you have 12. You can close the distance, so you'll close up on them, but they're still moving away from you, so, you know.
Yep.
So it's a full move action to get there. Let me check my handy dandy. Yeah, if you're taking your full movement, it's a full action to do so. So you'll spend your full action to get to them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Cosmic Demon Wolf, you have won our giveaway from our dear friends at Artel Saurian. Please go ahead and whisper me on Twitch, and I will give with an email address that I can send, so we can send you your core, our Mecton Zeta core and Mecton Zeta Plus rulebooks. And Watcher, you see Lightning. I mean, you can follow Lightning.
Yeah. Well, I can try to follow Lightning. Lightning's fast. But yeah,
Well, I mean, you can at least follow her visually.
Yeah, I'll stay on her 6.
Yeah.
And just full move to try and keep up.
Cool. So you are, and your move is
10.
10. So you're gonna be. You'll also just make it if you spend your full movement.
Yeah.
And then, so the both of you are there. You still can't quite make out the mech because it seems to be cloaked in some manner. But you know roughly where it is. You'll just take a penalty to melee combat, or combat in general. Lightning. This mech is... They're running. They're full running. They do not care to engage you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Is there any way to communicate with this thing, or can I send like a broad communication?
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be like, enemy vessels, stop, cut your propulsion, surrender. It's your last warning. Would
you like to roll intimidation?
Yes, I think she's getting her beam weapon like warmed up. So if they scan her, maybe it's like not playing around with this. All right, so intimidation. Let's do it. Nah, 10.
You do not get a response. The individual in this mech is moving away from you at speed, and you are chasing them, and I'm gonna give Amethyst a bright purple. Cool. And then... Okay. So, fun things. So, purple is lightning, black is watcher, and red is your target moving away from you because line of sight in this game is important, and hex movement is important in this game. They are moving their full speed away from you. They are not intimidated. Watcher, what would you like to do?
Move half speed to keep relatively close. And then we're firing. They got their warning.
Mm-hmm. They got their going hot.
So yeah, going hot, blaze of glory. And we're going to spend 5 luck on this.
Cool.
Because I'm irritated.
Because you are irritated? Irritated is, I mean...
So actually that should be a 23 to give me the option to actually add this time, because I was using mech combat.
Yeah, mech combat doesn't give you the option to add, but okay.
So 23.
23, cool. Give me a second, I have to pull something up. Here we go. I have to pull up the stats, people. I'm sorry. It's really important that I know the stats of making sure I have the right thing. 23, and then Okay. Oof, 16. You're gonna hit.
For everyone over, that's an additional hit.
So that's 2. 2 hits. 2 kills. 2.
It's only 2? I thought it was for each one. Because this burst is infinite.
For each one over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the difference between their roll and your roll is 2.
2?
16 and 18.
Mine's 23 because of the
Oh,
luck.
23. Oh, God, I'm sorry. See,
So-
I couldn't do the math. I did math wrong. See, we talked about this off screen about sometimes
Math
I
is hard,
do math wrong.
and I don't blame anyone for mathing incorrectly ever because
So-
math is difficult.
23 is
And-
7, so that's 7 hits. Wow. So,
And each of these does 4.
so 7 times 4 is 28.
Yeah.
28 kills.
28 kills.
Would you like this to still be in existence?
Watcher is not a kind or gentle soul. This does not need to exist.
Cool. Watcher, you describe how this vaporizes, or it becomes space trash.
Yeah, between the comms, they were warned. And within the cockpit, there's just a quick hand on a red button, and from the mech, hand out like this, just a spray of laser fire. And through this sort of distortion in the dark void, starlight and background, there's just one hit after another, lighting this up, causing the field to just somewhat short. But before you can actually even make out the mech, there is this horrific explosion. And there is just debris going every which way.
And it is done. And there's quiet in space.
On open channel. Enemy combatant or unidentified ship in station. This is a warning. You can either decloak and parlay with the captain. You can turn tail and run. You try any other funny business, and I'll show you what this mech can actually do. Don't test my patience.
There's no response. It's quiet in space.
That thing doesn't have the range to go too far by itself.
No.
We think it was going.
It was just doing a blind run, but unless we actually get proper telemetry, there's no way of telling. Space is vast. Considering that it's got a cloaking field, we're dealing with a corpse. There could be any number, small or large vessel, engaged in any direction. We have no way of knowing. Best thing to do is get back and let the captain know what's going on. Rustlin and his boys are going to have to do a full sweep.
And I hope Rex is okay.
He'll be fine. Just sore in so many ways, but he'll be fine.
Now, let's hope we can figure something out because they're probably going to keep sending stuff at us.
Oh, yeah. This is just a second wave. Let's get home.
All right. Turn around and head back to base.
So, the two of you are heading back to space, flying in the dark. Aurelia, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I think she knows she has to type up a report. But it's a new day now. And so before she does that, she's going over these papers that she has been sent, these documents
On what data
Because-
pad?
on her
No,
personal
on
data
her
pad.
personal data pad.
Okay.
Yeah, because before she's like, yeah, I'll file that report later. But first, these papers. Because she has an expertise. She's an expert in law. So she's gonna comb those over with a fine-toothed comb. And yeah, I think that's what she does. 'Cause she's like, well, they're in medbay now. They're fine. Those two, they're outside. If I hear something bad overcomes, I'll do something different. But till then, divorce papers.
Go ahead and give me that legal expertise roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend all my luck. I'm gonna spend all that luck on that, just because you know, I didn't have a lot of points in it, but I did have it as a skill. So 20.
20.
Yep.
First thing you notice is... well, number one, your name is wrong and so is Argento's.
Mm-hmm.
And not just, you know, it's close, but the spelling is slightly off. The name is, you know, names are a little bit, you know, it's Aurelia Sterling Ludus instead of Ludus
Oh.
Sterling.
The travesty.
But there are a lot of little inconsistencies in this document, like that.
That means it couldn't possibly be taken seriously in court. It's not a valid
Well, it could be a valid document, but the bigger problem here is that it's like the document itself might be valid,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also like it'll get thrown out because of the inaccuracies of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like somebody sent you... But as you read further, it's things like the complaint is filed inaccurately, it's filed in the wrong court, it's, you know, this should be coming out of England because, you know, that's where...
That's where dear Argento's from.
Yes, and that's where officially he resides and you got married. It's...
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful wedding.
It was very beautiful. It was the most, you know, society event of the decade, and
And of course, it lasted for like a full 2 days. And during that first night, all of our fellow alumni from the school, we took a picture with the moon in the background because, you know, that's our school.
I mean,
Tycoon class of what year was it? 2180
well,
something?
so this is chair 2181.
Yeah.
This is currently the year 2181. So
It would be 2170 70? 74? 78?
I mean, how old are you? Your odds are like 30, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
we're
right. Yeah, yeah.
28.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm trying not to do the quick math. I'm just saying it's like
Yeah.
late 70s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere in there. But
I know his personal lawyer
you do know his
is
personal
not
life.
this incompetent, right?
No, you
Otherwise,
know,
there are other larger issues I might have to look into.
no,
um,
you know you know Saito. You know that he is an extremely competent lawyer.
Yes, and this came from my husband's personal email. And I know I believe he's more competent than this. We went to school together. He knows how to spell his own name and my name.
Mm-hmm.
Then I remember, oh right, there was that message from Iris, and I go back and I look at it again. But I might be getting some documents. Is this fucking code? And she goes back and she looks at the divorce papers to see if it's like some hidden secret message.
I mean, do you have spycraft? Or decode?
I have daytime television, genealogy, law, and security systems as expertises. I have no tech abilities. I have some intelligence abilities. I have electronic warfare now because we leveled up a little bit. And I could probably roll up programming because she's intelligent enough to just have a
I would
base.
say that you could use security for this.
No, I don't have any other.
You could use your expertise in
Spycraft. What's that? I'm the pretty spy. I just like watch things. I don't.
Yes,
you
you're
expect me to
the
do
pretty
actual
spy.
work, right?
No. You can use security, I guess, for this. This would be security.
Yeah, because that's an expert, right? Spycraft, or is it? Yeah. I don't. I didn't take that with my other things. I'll give security systems a go.
Security systems would make sense. I'll accept security systems.
16.
Yeah. There's a code here. You.
She has a moment where she regrets. She suddenly wants to go on a treadmill. She's like, I didn't need to eat all that pizza. Yukihara was great. No regrets there, but that pizza. And does she know that Iris is a mutual friend of Rowan?
Yeah, you've said that before.
Yeah.
You guys.
Okay, I wanted to
know
make
that
sure.
You know that Rowan has the same handler you do.
Cool. Then I'd like to talk with him when we get out of. When he's okay and he's not unconscious in medbay, we're gonna have some things to talk about. It's gonna be fine.
I'm just.
Sorry. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I'm really curious to see, like, if I have emails that have some documents. Eventually I'll get to those.
She did it to my husband's email address though. And then I click the thingy where it's like you get those emails from PayPal saying like your account's been locked and suspended, and then you click like the address and it's not actually from PayPal, it's from like HQZ * percentage, pi. Let's see if it's actually from my husband's email, if it just looks like it's from my husband's email.
It's from your actual husband's email.
I hope he doesn't check his sent messages. And then I go like, oh, the report, and then I'm like, wait, where's my other data pad?
You had it with you in the
Retraces her
bar.
steps. Yeah. She'll go to the bar. Yes, to fill out a report.
The bar is actually currently locked because you've had an attack happen, and the
No.
bartender had to,
No.
go to his dirty station.
I need my data back. In the hopes that there's somebody there, but there's not, and then she'll just. I guess I'll find a terminal to use or something.
There are a bunch of those
Pop off.
around. You can actually
Yeah.
use a terminal.
She'll go sit down undignified at a terminal. Well, she's still wearing her dressing gown, so I guess she's somewhat dignified. smaller pockets. They don't fit. They don't fit the big data pad so much as they fit
Cool.
a personal one.
Cool. You. Oh yeah, you're pretty good. So things that will be happening. Number one. Burns are a thing in this game. You. I don't even have to roll for treatment. This is great. Because you have a full medical bay and a full doctor, so it's assumed that you have full access. So, you get medical attention. So, you get...
Not gonna die.
You're not gonna die. You're going to get 4 hits back, Rex, because you have full medical treatment, based on broken bones, based on the whole burn table. It's a thing. Leo, you were stabbed, right?
Yes, very hard in the abdomen.
You get 3 hits back right away.
Okay.
You will both recover. You will both recover, next, what's your body again, Leo?
My body is 6.
Okay, so it's not 3, it's 2. Sorry. And Rex, you will recover an additional 2 each day.
Yeah, my body is 9.
Yeah, so your body is 9. So I was right. So you get 3, you get 4 back right away, and then you're gonna get an additional 2 back each day. And then Leo, you're gonna get 3, or you're gonna get 2 right away, and then an additional half each day.
So
So the way, like, narratively, I'd like this to kind of come about where, like, the burns on the extremities are pretty healed up, or pretty well healed up. But the torso has a little bit of a scarring, where like dead abdomen, there's a burn mark that, and like the burn scar is in the shape of like a flame, or like the thrust backwards caused this kind of like weird shape to form.
Yeah, because, identifiable marks are important.
Yeah. In places that are easily, covered up.
Yeah. So you will both start to come to consciousness in the med lab. There is a moment, Rex, where Kay is leaning over you as you kind of come to consciousness, and like her hand just kind of brushes the hair away from your face, but then she's professional again. And the same time, she's giving you that look that's like 90% concerned and 10%
Curious that I put myself in that situation.
yeah. Like, what were you doing that you got in the splash zone of a jetpack? I mean, you're not supposed to walk behind the burners of a jet engine. It's just,
Yeah. And I think the 90% is like her giving me the benefit of the doubt, and like the 10% of like is just the absolute concern, and like, why the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I feel it.
She will.
And I think like as she brushes, I think there's like a lean in from Rex. Okay.
You really have to stop getting on my wrong voice. That's the wrong person.
I do that all the time.
stop getting on the fuck on my table like this.
It's hard. It's difficult with my line of work.
Preferably don't like it if you would prefer it if you didn't, walk behind a jet engine.
I was helping Leo, and they were lucky. But I knew I was in good hands.
Yes, you're in the best. Mine. Why do I smell roses?
Now, technically, as a player, how is that even possible? Everything was burned off of
You got jet fueled to hell.
Just means you smell burnt roses.
That's fair.
Oh, burnt skin. Oof.
Yeah, burnt roses is
Burnt
that's
roses
a great
and burnt
that's
bacon.
a great band name. Burnt Roses.
It's not a bad band name. No.
Yeah, I think that's the ship band.
You should pitch it to Aurelia.
Leo, you are in the med lab being treated, and you see this exchange.
You just see an eyebrows raise. And I just I call out loudly to, I'm assuming like an assistant or something in the med bay, and I'm like, hey, could you get someone to go pick up my armor suit in my bedroom? And can someone call Socket and ask her if my mech is fine yet?
There's a nod from one of the various med techs. They kind of disappear. That'll be, momentarily you'll have your clothes brought to you, or clothes in general. And there's Kay will turn to you and say, your gear is checked out and repaired. Good to go. Just avoid getting stabbed from now on. Are you? And she comes over to kind of do that last checkout for you. It's a really nice. It's a little bit of a the suit, the skin heel is bonded, but it's don't pull it.
It's like, I'll do my best, Doc, but they seem to have it out for me today. Or this week. I'll try to, I'd say I'd try to make sure Rex doesn't get in trouble, but you know how he is.
Look, I don't ask for miracles. Just, small considerations.
You wouldn't happen to have any, speaking of considerations, you wouldn't happen to have any more of those sprays around?
Which one?
Regen spray or anything along the lines?
Let me see. Roll me a D100. Roll
okay.
low.
I feel like whenever you say roll low,
Oh.
the game just thinks roll high.
Ooh, there you go. She can hand you off 2 spare.
Ooh.
But again, that's all she really has to spare. Because
Scrappy ship, y'all.
Better than nothing. Thanks, Doc.
Watcher, you and Lightning have both returned to the ship. What are you doing?
Powering down the mech, taking the time to do it right. Then getting out, using the lift wire, gets down to, again, parked in his bay, finds a spare set of a painter's jumper, puts that on, so I have at least the equivalent of pants. And then makes his way over to Lightning's mech. So, what do you want to do first? Report to the captain, or go and see how they're doing in med bay?
I think when when Lightning landed, like she landed like harder than like she usually does. It's like she just. Suppose we should tell the captain. Sure as hell would like to know who the fuck is sending these people here.
Corpse.
Twice.
Maybe I'll find Princess on the way. I've got to make a delivery. And they, I guess, make their way to the bridge.
So the two of you make your way to the bridge. The captain is on the bridge, and again, he's this taller gentleman. I think Idris Elba. Long duster that he perpetually wears. A little beat up. He's turns to you as you come on and just kind of raises an eyebrow. So,
Assailant neutralized, but they were definitely in Necton, sir. Which means there's a ship out there somewhere.
probably not as close as we think.
Someone's going for us. Don't know, but based on the fact that they have stealth technology, that kind of narrows things down a whole lot. But
I don't like to make assumptions, but I mean, it's been almost a year. At that point, technology moves.
that being said, there's a complication you should be made aware of.
He just kind of turns and looks at you with a raised eyebrow, like, there's more. This is more complicated? What's more complicated?
So two individuals known to me personally are about to be married. This would not be noteworthy except that it is signifying the merger of two major corporations in corp space.
And you just see him kind of pinch his eye, like pinch his nose bridge.
I think as soon as Watcher says that last bit, Lightning pipes in. One of those parties is my brother.
He like still pinching his nose, like looks over and raises an eyebrow at you. Taps his comm. Well, no, doesn't tap his comm because he actually has an implant comm and bites down on the back, just grits down on the back of his jaw to activate it. Princess, you're needed on the bridge.
All right. Be there in a jiff.
And you just hear the like acknowledgement sound, but also Aurelia, you can tell through the comm he's got that pounding head vein that you see in anime. It's just like, okay. Anybody get dead?
Supposed to, but I'm pretty sure Everybody's going to be all right. Haven't been to Med Bay yet.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, Captain, of the assailants, what sort of cyberware were they outfitted with?
Half were full Borg.
Like, that deep sigh and heavily upset. Okay. I know it's been a year, but I've never heard of Gaians using Borg.
Not that much. Definitely not, but at the same time. There's just something pricking me. You know? Something's pricking me.
I think just at the end of that sentence, that's precisely when the doors open.
And Princess walks through.
Yes.
You have a glow about you, Princess. You seem to be doing well.
Yes, I'm doing quite well.
Oh, Miss Rhea?
Well, it's nice to see at least one of us had a good night's rest.
Yeah. Yes, I'm feeling quite well. Much better than I was yesterday, after yesterday's events. What did you need me here for?
Apparently a bunch of corps are getting married. This
As I look
seems-
at these two people who sent messages off station just the day before. Really, how fascinating. I mean, that does happen.
Yes, but this marriage signifies a significant merger in corp space.
Oh, who are the families?
Just the side, like, anime side eye to Lightning.
The Moraines. And do we know? Like, it was probably in the
And
email.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Cassandra's last name.
Colt.
Holt, yes, Cassandra Holt.
No, not Holt. Colt.
Colt. Right.
She remember
The Colt.
she's FWA.
Yeah.
Marines and the Marine Cult Union.
I heard of these people before, aside from obviously the connection to lightning.
The Marines you may not have. I mean, beyond like you could roll
between like, oh, that's Vantage's last name.
that's
Yeah.
Vantage's last name, and so what you
So that's the connection there, and then
well,
the other.
It could also be.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, you could roll. I'd let you roll. What are your expertise again?
Oh, genealogy is one of them.
Yeah, you could roll genealogy. Genealogy.
I would love to roll genealogy. You sure you don't want daytime television?
No,
because
I
also
don't want daytime
okay.
television. I don't need daytime
Okay.
television yet. I mean, we're not in daytime
18.
television. We're okay. You have heard the Marines. You've definitely heard of. They're a second tier Soligen family. Not a major, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not the top, but they have enough to maybe be have voting stock. Let's put it that way. They have voting stock,
Okay.
not ownership stock in Solagen. Solagen is the major corporation in corp space.
Gotcha.
The big name, the big dog. Basically, if Google and Amazon had a merger and you wanted to be terrified.
Fun.
Colt is FWA, which is basically the firearms manufacturer in
Oh, it's like if Google and the biggest firearms manufacturer had a baby.
It's like, here's the thing.
Amazon.
Solagen is basically Google and Amazon as a if they kind of merge.
We'll call it Googazon.
Googazon. And
Mhm.
FWA is what happens when Smith and Wesson, go into space.
Smith and
Gotcha.
Wesson meets Lockheed Martin. Okay.
Space Smith and Wesson's.
No, literally Smith and
and
Wesson.
Wesson.
It's actually it's
Awesome.
it's
So Smith and Wesson is marrying Googazon.
yeah.
Great.
So, and
Ooh.
you would also know that FWA
Mhm.
has been one of the few long-term corps that hadn't merged into Solagen. Like, they've been
Gotcha.
outside of Solagen
Mm-hmm.
for almost over 100 years, and they haven't merged in. This kind of wedding is a very big deal. And so you would know that Colt, the Colt family,
Mm-hmm.
they have ownership stock level in FWA, and they're marrying into somebody who has voting stock level in Solagen.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
It's a big deal.
it's, yeah.
I think her eyebrows will raise then. Oh. Well, that is quite a dramatic pairing.
Yeah, it's a big deal back home.
Congratulations. No. Right. My condolences.
Why is
I
it?
imagine Watcher's actually like nodding and shaking his head during that.
Yeah. No
I think
poker face right now.
Yeah, it's as like Vanish isn't being like subtle. Like you can just see like every time you like condolences, she like does the closed eyes kind of like sigh thing repeatedly throughout that conversation.
Well, that is drastic, dramatic. Why am I here?
Further complicate matters, Princess, now that you're here. I know the couple quite well, just not as a couple.
Ah. Thoriger is more exciting.
So I'm just gonna do a thing. I'm just gonna do a thing for the captain here. He
No, no,
not
Captain.
really. He's not looking at you at the moment. He's still just pinching his brow and eyes, and just like you see his head pounding. He's like, "Yep, my nightmare."
Saved again by the might rain.
Pretty much.
So, in that info burst that we received post-assault, is when I was informed of this merger. And it also denoted in that mail a fulfillment of a personal vendetta against me. Of violence.
My condolences to you as well, then.
Considering the individuals and corporations involved, I wouldn't be surprised if part of our distress is being
Over the past 2 days, yes, that would not be
underwritten
unheard of.
by one of them.
Hmm.
How
If
did
not
you
both.
do with either?
Well, I imagine he did a great many things,
At
Sandra
that,
is
the captain's going to look up.
stand straighter.
Glance between Princess and Watcher. So when you say you know both of these individuals, what your meaning is you know both of these individuals biblically?
Yes, Captain.
How bad was the breakup?
Xavier was a little messy. Sandra's probably number one with the bullet for my craziest ex.
And he just kind of makes eye contact with you in that level of. We all.
There's always the one that is just, that's for the record books. Yes, that one.
And Xavier, how do you. And Xavier's connected to you, and he points at Lightning.
My brother.
Does your brother like you?
Not particularly.
Well, that's shit. Can't. It's a
But
lot
enough
more
with
useful when they like you than you can manipulate it.
But enough of formalities that I was invited back home for the wedding.
Okay, so he doesn't hate you. That's a plus. So he probably doesn't want you dead.
I don't think I burned the bridge that much, but
You probably would if you brought Mr. Wingfield here as your +1.
I don't know
Said
if
wedding.
that's the wisest course of action.
yeah, I don't think putting gas on that clear fire is going to do me any good.
Probably not. That's why I said you'd probably make it onto the hate list.
That's
if you
more
did
like
that.
bringing a live grenade than it is fire. Oh, God. What the hell?
Though with the wedding being stated and a standing invitation, it may behoove us to have somebody at that wedding, if for no other reason to get an eye on what's actually going on.
Yes, I agree.
Great. This is
And then the captain turns his full force of his look on you, and it's that dad look
Oh no.
of evaluation. Not disappointment. He's not angry. He's just evaluating.
Or
Just
disappointed.
Oh, no.
He turns and he looks at you and he goes, Lightning, and goes,
Oh, no, it's me.
somehow I don't think Ruslan is really the person to bring home to your parents.
I don't think that'd be as much as I would like to. I don't think that's a good scene for anybody.
I mean, if we're doing this as an op, Ruslan
Oh,
does a
this
lot of
is-
things, but he's not subtle.
Permission to
think
speak
with-
freely?
I think when her like the word op comes up, I think she just like leans her head back and just like
I'd suggest Roan if he wasn't in the burn ward at the moment.
I wasn't going to suggest Roan, though that's a good backup.
Despite what you might think, he's actually quite good at social events.
It's not the socializing, but I'm figuring the feather in the cap and getting access, also causing the right kind of distress on those attendees, as opposed to Ruslan or my attendants.
Okay, so
Um,
before we decide on strategy, what exactly is happening?
You're gonna crash your
was
brother's
going-
wedding.
And I was going to suggest that your +1 be Princess.
That's maybe a of the people on this ship one of the least volatile options we have.
But also, given Princess's history, standing, etc., that would make sense for such a vaunted event.
Vaunted event? Yes. Major Corp merger with a major Earth Force starlet who everybody
Having a
knows.
guy, like a prominent guy in nobility.
It means that
that's-
essentially their weddings being upstaged by guy in nobility. This is the first time in history this has happened.
Oh shit, we're doing this here then.
Are they going as a couple? Because I'm pretty sure everyone knows she's married. Not that I think that would be a problem because I've seen who you date.
Given that this is going to be a heavily televised event, I think this is more at the discretion of the individuals involved. As he swiftly edits what he was going to say, and then goes with that.
It's not a terrible idea. Means you can take other people as your +1. Although I would like to also mention that Calix and Rowan are also Gaia. So
Nobody here is going to be particularly good. At the least bit, it's going to make some sort of waves no matter what, I guess. Other than Watcher here, is the nuclear option.
I'd rather just slip in the back and maybe keep an eye on things.
Are you sure? Are you sure I'm the one that's going to be making the waves? Are you sure you don't want a piece of this?
Because
apparently now my brother's wedding is now military op.
Honestly, I'd rather things go right kind of disastrous. Not explosive, just disastrous.
Look,
Good,
you're
'cause-
reaching too far there, Watcher. We're hoping for explosive, just not nuclear.
Good.
Yes, Captain.
I like being realistic in my predictions. I mean, I am slightly idealistic, and he kind of gestures around to the Starblade and everything that he's attempting to do in brokering a major peace deal between these two massively warring factions. But I'm not a total head in the sand idiot.
I figured I could make my presence known at the dramatically appropriate moment.
And then there's just this smirk that he gets on his face, and he turns and looks at you.
the
and
I
says,
object moment would be phenomenal.
So which one are you objecting for?
I'll decide day of.
Fair. An event like this is going to be large.
Massive.
Perhaps we need more than just Princess and Lightning to attend. Lightning, you're getting your +1, but Princess, I mean, a starlet of your stature and notoriety.
I mean, I am a princess of Mars.
You can just crash the wedding.
Then you can bring a +1.
Well, it's Princess. She can bring a +2.
Fair.
You just see throughout this entire thing, like Lightning's eyebrows, like one of her eyebrows just twitch. Everything's like this. This is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare.
All right. You get Rex and Leo up to speed. We have how long until this wedding?
Not precise on the date, but I figure we've got probably just enough time to.
Get everyone outfits. Good heavens, I've seen what's in your closets, and it's not going to be acceptable for a wedding.
I was going to say we have enough time to get on station and maybe plus 4 days.
It's enough time to make preparations and
Barely.
ship over.
Might not be tailored, but we'll get everyone outfits.
And for those who didn't go to finishing school or had to date many people who did, may want to have an educational refresher or crash course, Princess, to the others that are on this op.
So everyone who didn't go to school on the moon. So right, all right. We can make this happen.
I figure here starting of courses can happen in Yukiharu's mess, I think would be appropriate.
If you have a projector, I can make a slideshow.
Yes.
All right, you take care of this. We'll figure out what's going on and figure out who the fuck is trying to blow us
Make a
all up.
PowerPoint presentation.
Just going for this is an order, right?
Yes, I am ordering you to allow your team to crash your brother's wedding to ascertain the information of whether or not your brother and his fiancée are trying to kill us all.
Good.
Thank you, Captain.
Well then, I suppose I should get.
Dismissed. And he kind of just turns away from you all.
I'm going to check on Ronan Calyx in the mid bay.
Well, I'll head there, but I suppose I should be going through in my mind whether or not I should change all my personal identification and scratch out the Moraine part. Boy, this is gonna go.
Never know. Might go better
Cross
than you
that
think.
bridge when it comes.
She'll give you a look. It's like bullshit.
And once we're off the bridge, just reaches inside, past the Hawaiian shirt and the painter smock, grabs the data pad. You might want to secure your fancy things a little better, Princess.
Thank you, Adam. I thought I left this at the bar
You almost
last
did.
night. Thank you for securing it for me. I had to fill in a report earlier about at a terminal.
Don't worry, I didn't go through it as tempted as I was.
It's not my personal data pad, so it would have been just ship stuff. Though some of it might be above your clearance, I'm not sure.
Most everything's above my clearance, Princess. And I think there's a very awkward, descent towards the med bay with that.
She just has a slight smirk when you say that. Princess is amused.
So, you appear in the med bay to Leo sitting up and Rex covered and slathered in something and wrapped in very, very 22nd century saran wrap.
Uh-huh.
Because that's basically the most effective way to treat 3-degree burns. Or first-degree burns, which is your fun time right now.
Yeah, I kind of imagine like this synthetic weave with I'm basically like a cyber mummy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty great.
Oh, I wasn't expecting the stinging of the eyes based on the smell.
Well, I mean,
You weren't that bad, were you?
You get used to the smell.
Oh,
I take
Let's
it you're
just
feeling
say-
all right then.
Not to be a smart
She's already cracking jokes.
It was unpleasant, to say the least, but I almost had him.
Don't worry, they're not going to be bothering us again. At least that one.
Yes, well, I still feel like that tied to the drones we saw yesterday, or last cycle. There's something that has been following us for some time.
Yes, we've got a mission once you're out of the burn ward.
And I think at that, Rex is like, gets up and just starts walking.
We're going
towards
to
the
a
door,
wedding.
Grabs the sword that they've.
You
I'm ready
hopefully
to
won't.
go.
No, you need to rest. And besides, it's going to be a while before we're on station.
Yes, have your
Doesn't mean-
measurements changed? Because we need to get you something to wear to a very fancy wedding.
He may have gotten a bit shorter and thinner around the waist.
No. If anything, I've got leaner. But I should have
Makes
something in
sense.
my wardrobe.
All right. What about you, Calix?
My measurements are about the same as they've always been.
All right. I'll order you something. Just like, yep, got you.
Apparently, it's a all hands on deck mission.
Whose
That's
wedding
sort
What
of
are we
thing.
exactly
going to?
are we trying to do?
Ascertain whether or not two known antagonistic individuals of high corporate standing are the ones behind the assaults.
Crashed my brother's wedding.
Oh, congratulations.
Ah, your
That was
brother.
the same head shake. The exact same head shake.
Yes, one of you is going to be my +1 because I'm crashing the wedding, and then Vantage has been invited, so one of you.
Yeah,
will
it's
have
Vantage.
+1.
It's mission get Vantage disowned by your family time. So
Been there, done that.
that's not funny.
Well, I'm just saying you're not alone. This shouldn't come to that. That said, what about Leo?
That's what
Or
I said.
myself?
You two will be our +1s.
Oh,
What about Watcher?
Oh, he's
Oh,
going in the
Watcher.
back.
You
he said
do
he was
not
going
want to be.
slip in the back.
You do not
I'm
want to be
sorry.
Watcher's +1 for
Crazy.
this. Believe me.
do you have history, Watcher? I know you get around.
that noise exactly from Vantage. Oh,
I know each of the individuals involved in this marriage.
Oh, and there's like, I'm able to do the eyebrow raise, so you saw it. but yeah.
There's probably no hair because it all got singed off.
Nah, they were able to synthetically like regrow it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know.
Remember, his head was
Some
fine.
Rogaine. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
head's-
His head
the
was
head's
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you have,
my head's
all you have
perfect.
is eyebrows. It's just
Yeah,
from the
just
neck
cover-
down. This
I'm covered in
except
wrap.
for except for that area where like the fancy shorts covered. It's just like
Oh, wait.
you got like a
who's
hell
that?
of a sub.
Yo, I'm okay. Who's that samurai that is like always wrapped up in
Oh yeah,
from
oh god,
Kenshin-
yeah,
Kenshin-
from
Kenshin-
from
It's,
Kenshin?
it's the villain who. It's
Saito?
the major of it. No, it's
Oh,
not
no,
Saito.
no.
It's
But that's
in my
what it
brain,
looked
yeah,
like,
it's I
minus
know,
the head,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like I'm
Not
just
just-
covered in wraps, but it's all like cyber wraps. synthetic
It's
wraps.
Shishio.
Yeah.
Makoto.
Shishio.
Shishio Makoto.
Makoto. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I look like right now.
You
So
look
it's
like,
just and I think
since it's your brother's wedding, you should have first dibs on +1s.
I can always be at your side.
that might be the least attention getting. I'm like, oh, she just keeps looking at Watcher.
And then at the same time, it's just like, I'm moving away. I'm looking at Rowan, and then I'm looking back at Vantage. Are you sure you want to have your +1 be someone who looks so similar to you?
Feel like turn. What?
I don't know what you mean, Adam.
You know what? Never mind.
No. What was that? No.
If the two of you don't see it, it's obviously not an issue.
I mean, yes, we both have similar hair color, but it doesn't mean we're the same.
I have
How related do they look on a
siblings.
17
we
in
would-
genealogy?
Oh!
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing. You know that both Rowan and Vantage are social elites in the upper classes. So you'd expect some level of, you know, they could be cousins. You know, enough that they both look like they could belong to the same level of class, and perhaps there was some intermarriage in their families at one point.
I mean, it definitely looks like it could be at least cousins. Like some intermarriages happened between your families or something. I see where you're coming from. Gestures to Watcher. Definitely, yes.
I mean, everyone on Earth is a cousin of each other at some point or another.
Vantage just gives Watcher the dirtiest look. Like, why are you doing this to me again?
I'm from Mars. I wouldn't know.
Well, fair enough. But either way, if you feel a need for protection, since your family's, well, you felt nervous about your family drama, I'm willing to be at your side. Though Leo is also quite capable.
I think maybe like Rex remembers all the times that maybe Vantage has like vented about her family. Like, do you want to be like involved in this? Because she's probably gonna vent like a whole ton. This entire.
I mean, I feel like that's part of the reason why Rex is offering, because they're familiar with the situation, so they're like, and you feel comfortable about it.
Yeah, like it's at least someone she can like, you know, vent that stuff to.
For sure.
All right,
it's
Alex,
gonna be tense.
it's you and I.
Well, look
And it's
absolutely
agreed.
fabulous.
Ravishing.
I'm going to be jealous of you both.
As you should.
Ooh, we could put racing stripes on your gown.
Yes, absolutely. I like your thinking.
And we definitely need to take.
Because I mean,
some
your sister claimed you weren't dead, but here you are, a famous racer, back from the grave. So
we almost certainly need to take some holovid so we can rub it in your sister's face later.
Please don't.
Oh, we absolutely will. She has to
I mean,
know.
it's with a wedding like this. There's going to be live streamed. Don't worry.
We'll make short cameos, I'm sure.
Don't worry, we won't upstage
Undoubtedly.
your drama watcher.
I'm
I think he'd prefer it if we did.
not concerned about being upstaged.
Oh, good.
Make sure you might want to get, actually, second thought, you might want to get some of that, you know, fancy, you know, undersuit armor, just in case.
That is very expensive and not something I think we can easily attain in the time.
It is a lengthy procedure.
I'm just going to wing it.
That said, we should figure out a loadout for protections. Let's see what the captain has to offer.
And with that, we're going to end it for tonight. And all you see is the camera pulls back from this little tete-a-tete in the medical facility with Rex covered in lathered in lotion and wrapped like bandages, synthetic bandages. Leo, looking pretty okay. We pull the camera back, and there's just an image of the vast field of space as the Starblade Battalion's engines engage and proceed away from the asteroid belt towards Soligen Prime. But the camera pauses and focuses in on this debris field of this mech. Exploded everywhere. Just a small red light beeping amid the mech. Flashing. But that's where we end tonight. Oh, look, you didn't die!
Again!
But you came freaking damn close.
We got real close. Oh.
Yeah, much closer than the last time. This time I actually had death saves. My goal is to make it to the end of the series.
How we all doing? We
What?
doing okay?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Great.
Excited.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Uh,
oh boy. Oh boy.
so many things coming ahead. Going to a wedding.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, man. Oh, all the relationships that we rolled at the beginning in session 0.
Look, I was given a challenge, and I'm gonna meet that challenge.
Hey, same with me last episode. I was given a challenge, and I was like, I'm not gonna let you.
So we're gonna go around, let my wonderful, fabulous friends tell you everywhere you can find them. And then I'll do my spiel at the end. But we're gonna go in reverse order. So on my left, we're gonna start with Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? And share some love for today with the cast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a lot. I loved it. Vantage is unhappy, deeply, deeply unhappy. I think probably once she got to her core, she probably just screamed into the pillow for a good few minutes as how awful this is going to be.
It's gonna be something special.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy.
I mean, there's gonna be drama. I mean, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, both of you need to not get almost murdered. You and Leon almost get murdered. Oh no.
Nah, not gonna
No,
happen.
it was fine.
Yeah.
Totally
and you know,
fine.
once I fix the mech, it's gonna be great. You know, nothing else
Yeah,
is
no,
gonna go wrong.
that's gonna also mechs to what? Oh god, oh no.
And it's called mech time, so we gotta have some
Yeah, we
mech
gotta
stuff
roll up
going
in
on.
style.
Yeah.
My god, I love how messy this has
Ooh.
already gone. Jeez,
Ooh.
Christ.
I mean, how wild would it be if the Raptor Hive just showed up to the wedding? That would be pretty awesome, you know?
I could, that might actually be less bad than Watcher appearing. It's like if
That's
Watcher,
how he shows up.
Watcher says what he's gonna say, no one's gonna notice this mech ton landing, because there's too much shit happening.
I mean, it has stealth, it has active cloak, it has all the things that you need to literally come in unnoticed.
We shall see.
Yeah.
oh god.
Anyway.
Where can we find you, Len?
Yeah, you can find me at Flying Cirrus on Twitter, Twitch, every place else for art and games I'm playing. For next to catch me is on Wednesdays for spy game, which is a few hours before this, with Pope. We are murder parents, and we are doing some deep, like, double agent. We're trying to get to the bottom of the organization that basically burned us right now, and hopefully not die to like a cleanup squad. Who knows? We don't know. We destroyed capitalism in a session, and I don't know what's happening. I know what's happening. I just don't know what's gonna do. And on Tuesdays, next week, this coming week is I'm gonna be on Cold Press channel for Sunless Citadel, where I am playing just a wild Magic Tabaxian. I can't wait to see where that goes.
Ooh,
In full costume, which is maybe not the best idea when it gets starting to get hot for summer. So we'll see.
I wish you cool weather in your house so that your costume and water, lots of water.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
And next up, hey Eddie, tell us where we can find you, and then share some love with the cast, the crew, things.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eddie Freeman. You've probably seen me on Simon's channel, The Wandering DM, playing with good old Prax over here and some D&D. I mostly play on other people's channels, so I'm also currently playing in a long-running Mech Warrior Destiny game that's using a little bit of the rules from oh shoot, what is it called? Not Burning Wheel, but it's like has like Arthurian legacy systems.
Pendragon,
thank you. Yeah, so we tossed a little bit of Pendragon to create some noble families in the Mech Warrior universe, and that's pretty cool. Like, so it's on AP Gaming Reel. Every Sunday, new episodes come out on their Patreon, and then Secret Sundays, it's on YouTube. We've been playing for a year now. It's a lot of fun. I've only gone through. Well, I won't tell you how many characters I've been through, but you know, it's fun.
welcome to Pendragon.
Yep.
And Mech. And share some love.
Oh, yes. I mean, every time I play with you guys, it's been so much fun. Leo trying to save stubborn Rowan, like the whole encouragement to go with Mawar. I mean, that was fantastic. Thank you all for encouraging that. Yeah, I mean, Princess Lightning, you two with the family drama and like bringing that to head. Also, love that you went totally red when there was all the pricking happening with the captain. That was amazing. And Watcher,
I have a lewd mind. I couldn't help it. I just
and Watcher's always keeping a calmer head in all the chaos of paranoia, making sure that we don't die.
All fun things. And then next up, hey PB, have fun tonight.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I'm just unbelievably impressed with you and how you're weaving all of our convoluted backstories all together to come to a head in 6 weeks. I'm blown away and I'm so excited to see how it's gonna go. Hi, I'm PB. You can find me at PB Plays Inside on everything. I mostly am on other people's channels. I'm here on Wednesdays. And usually you can find me over on my friends' channels on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Nilly Line on Twitch. And I am Leo's just gonna be wearing like armor all the time. That's the second time she's just in a room by herself, technically. And she gets attacked by some rogue thing. So like catch her wearing armor everywhere. Helmet and all. But yeah, this was an absolutely blast of a session, and I'm just very excited.
I can't wait for you to see what happens next. I can't wait to see what happens next. Like, I know what some things are happening in the background, but y'all are gonna have a lot of fun. I have no idea what's gonna happen. But
I mean, it's us reacting to the churning wheels that you've got in place there, Brax. I mean, it's like we're you know, we're now activating the more proactive stage of things for us.
look, if the wheel is turning, it's because it's sitting in a river of drama y'all fed me.
That's true. True. I gave you knives. Lots of knives.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
And I let it in my abdomen.
And next up, hey Pope, how we doing? How are you feeling?
Constant internal screaming seems to be the theme of this campaign.
Oh, really?
Hey,
I
everybody.
think that counts. I think that counts.
Yes.
I
Hey,
think that
everybody. Pope here. Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams and share in all of your streams. With that being said, if you want to see more of my silly face, you get a few opportunities. Every other Sunday over on Matev7's channel, we play Masked Sunset City. So we're off this Sunday. A week from this Sunday, you're going to want to tune in at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Possibly the character that I have loved playing the most within the last decade may or may not have survived the last episode. So tune in to find out what happens. Also, as always, Wednesdays. Because first 3 p.m. follow Black Cats. You get to see me and Lynn murder mom and dad. Try and keep our team alive. We left the two tech nerds alone, and they almost overthrown capitalism. Also, they're trying to put a bunch of missiles into a keyboard's keys. So we'll see what happens with that. That's at 3 p.m. But as always, come back around the horn. We're here, same Starblade time, same Starblade channel, to see all these wonderful people and the drama and feels that we will experience. This has been an absolute delight. There's been a lot of nail biting with this episode, as Rex nearly bit it. And then like having a chase in space, having all just a Bowie knife in this system is you saw it. It's super deadly. There are not that many systems that have this level of threat. And then Lynn, love playing off of you time and again, and just either flustering you or you flustering me. It's always a delight. And then whenever Lindy breaks, that is just one of my happiest moments. So having the full flush red in just an incidental moment, beautiful. And all these delightful NPCs that make this world live and breathe. Thank you so much, Prax. Now, please, Phoebe, please,
Okay.
stay alive. Stay alive. Now, I don't know what the colors are for the wedding. I don't know if gunmetal gray goes with the theming. Just saying that when it comes to the armor. But
I can make it work.
Oh, darling, we're getting you a gown with racing stripes. I don't know what you're...
with that all being said, thank you all so much for watching, whether it's live, VOD, YouTube, wherever you are. A story is nothing without its audience. And thank you so much for helping breathe life into this experience. And till next time, this has been your pansexual uncle saying, happy Pride, be safe, and in time, be you.
See, I love the fact that Aurelia is, on one hand, so high class, but on the other, and very fashionista because she's going to figure out some way to make racing stripes look
Yes.
appropriate on a formal gown.
Because for Calix, I will make it happen. Because Calix is one of my friends. One of my few close friends.
How you doing, Lindy?
Fine. Well, Lily's feeling a lot better and a little silly because, it looks like my husband doesn't actually want to divorce me. It was just a sneaky code message. Great. She's waiting to get a moment with Rowan and be like, help me with this. Code, I don't know code, but it's not my job to know code. They didn't teach me code. And so, yes, she's doing a lot better than last week. And finally is excited to have like a quest, a job, a mission where she's like, oh goodness, I can dress people. I can give them etiquette. This is what I can do. Here's something I'm good at and, can be actually very helpful in. And so she's very, very excited about that. Highlights, moments, love. Oh gosh, there were so many. Just Rex going after the jetpack, and I was like, no, don't do it. It'll be real bad. Because I didn't know how much damage a jetpack was, but I played Witcher, and I knew it was enough. And I was like, no, but I couldn't say or do anything. I was just like, be stressing some pretzels over here on his behalf. And then, oh gosh, Watcher and Lightning on the bridge talking to the captain, like, hey captain, we got something to tell you. Bleh. And then just the poor captain just pinching the bridge of his nose and just already like another migraine for him coming on, poor guy. And yeah, and I love that everyone was, well, at least me and Calix were still wearing our dressing gowns, because they're comfortable and gorgeous. So
Well, I mean, Rowan was wearing the dressing gown.
he was, to be fair, he was.
And then he took it off.
And he thought it looked better on the floorboard of his mech. And it's fine. I mean, Rosie will dry clean it, so.
I mean, it's still sitting there. Technically.
Technically, yeah.
Floating in 0G, just like floating. Because it was flung off, So clearly.
Oh, okay. That just means our mechanics are like, Princess, why is one of your dressing gowns floating around here?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's just what that means.
I love it. I love that I'm adding more to the chaos. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, so yes.
Why is your dressing gown in the
no.
intake? I don't understand.
No, I thought it was just me that the thermostat was going bad, but no, it's just clogging up the intake then. What's with that?
Yeah, Socket's gonna walk in and like start doing repairs, and it's like, why? I have questions.
It is gonna be fantastic. Yeah. And a wedding. Love going to weddings. Those are fun always. But yeah, you can find me online. Not going to hardly any weddings this year, if any. I don't think I've been invited this year. Thank goodness. I was too many last year. And I love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. Mondays and Tuesdays on my channel are D&D, and we've got some Wanderlust and Wildmet, and then Mists of Ravenloft, where they're still heads on shelves, in case you're wondering. They didn't escape that predicament, but Aslan's sending them to the past to attend a wedding in Barovia repeatedly until they do what he wants them to do there. It's going to be a grand time. So watch them attend a wedding at least 1 to infinite more times next week if you're into like the movie Groundhog Day or anything like that. Yeah, and then of course Aliens will be on my channel at some point on a Saturday or Sunday, possibly Father's Day. We're talking dates. It should be resolved soon, but keep it guys. And that's it for me.
Every time a wedding is mentioned, I keep just seeing Jack Sparrow say, I love weddings.
I love weddings. They're great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so as for me, you all know me. I'm at Digit on Twitter, or Prexgorth as me Euphoria. You see me around here on Twitch. Hello, Wandering DM, you guys, we're just closing out, but thank you for joining us. We appreciate your late raid. I still appreciate you for that raid. And we will thank you all for coming in. Thank you.
Catch the VOD.
Catch the VOD. Yes, if for those of you just coming in, we were just finishing up our wonderful third episode of our little mini campaign of 6 episodes of MacLeod, Starblade Battalion Memories. You want to check the VOD? The link is in chat. It's where I put all the VODs for YouTube. It's also where I put all the VODs for all the other games that I run, like Romance of the Blue Rose. And for those of you who haven't been paying attention or weren't here on Sunday, we're doing a little mini OVA setup between seasons 1 and 2, where we're doing solo flashback episodes for all of the characters, where we see, a little bit more about all of them. Last Sunday's episode was with the wonderful Lindy for some, where we found out how Ritka got out of Kern. And we have confirmed, however, that Carnage is the bestest boy.
He's best boy. Carnage is best boy.
Mm-hmm.
Best wyvern.
And this week on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern here on the channel, we are going to have the second of those solo episodes with...
Do we need to issue a content warning for that one?
I don't think we need a content warning.
Oh, okay.
But because it gonna
We're not in Kern?
No, it's not a content warning. We're not in Kern. Instead, it's gonna be... Look, y'all, I fully warn you that I'm not sure exactly how long this episode is gonna be, because it's me and Trooper in a solo episode for Flashback with Russ.
I understand.
It could be... we did, just about 3 hours with me and Lindy, so, me and Russ, with me and Trooper, it could be,
Order snacks. Stay hydrated.
Fair. That's fair. All of those things. But we'll be back here Sunday for the flashback episode with Russ, played by Trooper SJP. And then we'll be back here on Wednesday for episode 4 of the wonderful Starblade Battalion Memories. And I think we just see this final shot. Figure seated in a chair. You see on the table, and not the table, the big, wide arms of this very large, oversized captain's armchair, the original TOS Enterprise captain's chair, wide arms, seated, reclining back. And on one side is that black chess knight. And put right next to it is a black queen. And then just you hear the drumming of fingers on the arm of the chair. And I'll see you next week.
I imagine that'd be a lot more intimidating if I knew how to play chess.